Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a VIP tour after all over Walt Disney World. And if you want to get to do all the stuff you want to do, you got to pay the big bucks now like a celebrity. People magazine is talking about this. Disney World guest shows what it's really like to have a VIP tour guide in the parks. Quote, I just never had to think or worry about anything. Travel planner Kelly Dixon tells people about experiencing her first VIP tour. And she, as a travel planner, is definitely not just trying to sell whatever it is she sells. Stand in line, ride an attraction, refresh the app, repeat. It's an all too common practice for theme park guests trying to beat the crowds and make the most of their time. But one visitor is sharing a peek at a very different kind of park day and sharing what it's really like to be a VIP at the WDW. Quote, I felt like I was a little kid just following around my mom who's like, here, you want a snack? Kelly Dixon, a theme park enthusiast and professional travel planner, tells people about her experience on her first ever VIP tour. Your guide just takes care of everything, and it's just incredible to experience Disney where it's completely stress-free. Disney's private VIP tours offer a one-of-a-kind experience tailored to every group's particular interests. Up to 10 guests are paired with highly knowledgeable cast members who escort them past lengthy lines, it's basically a golden fast pass, through backstage entrances and into multiple parks all in one day. Here's a clip from it. Let's see what they have to say.
Some of our amazing agents at Marvelous Mouse Travels got the opportunity to experience a Walt Disney World VIP tour. We're going to take you along and show you just how much you can get done in 6 hours with your own private guide. Our day first started right at our resort where our guide actually met us and walked us to our private ride waiting for us. Then from there, we were driven straight into the parks through backstage entrances. And before going into each park, they even offered snacks that were ready for us, which was such a nice touch. The first park we started at was Magic Kingdom, and we went right to the castle to get our pictures. And then from there, it was time for rides. First up, we went to Jonas, and we literally walked right on through the exit. We then headed to Big Thunder Mountain, which has just recently reopened, and it felt so nice. It was so smooth, and the new effects were so amazing. Next, we headed to Tron, where we got to enter a special way again, and then we had to go to Buzz Lightyear, which has also just recently reopened. And
all right, let's just pause here, okay? This is kind of gross to me. Here's why. I see these VIP tours all the time now. The VIP tour is not a VIP tour. That's not what this is. The VIP tour is what I have warned people was coming to Disney, and now it's here, and it's here in droves. It is a way to ride everything without waiting in any line, and it's all about, are you rich enough? If you're rich enough, there's no reason you shouldn't do a VIP tour. If money no longer matters, like if you have that kind of cash, so let's say you're a movie star, let's say that you're a tech entrepreneur, whatever, get a VIP tour, because it's not a VIP tour. It's a person takes you and lets you on everything. They're not telling you about the parks. They're literally walking you through the things that were once upon a time made for royalty because of security concerns to bring them, right, presidents and their kids and that kind of stuff, bring them into rides away from the public because it was, a little bit of a danger. Now, Disney is offering this at a crazy high price for people and their parties to just skip every single line. And then, Ron, I'll go to you first. The kid who, their parents barely could scrape by to get to Disney, they wait in line longer because of this kind of stuff. So every time that lady just said, it was so wonderful. We got to just go to this special line and we got to go straight up in a bus on a Segway and they took us straight on a Space Mountain and the new effects were there and it was wonderful. Ron, what she actually was saying is, we got to skip by all the poor people who could just barely afford to come to Disney because they're plebes and we didn't like them. And we felt like it was kind of smelly if we were close enough to them. But since we didn't have to get close enough to them, we couldn't smell them. So we were allowed to just skip everything. We're special.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Can I read this right off the page, please? Do you mind?
Please go ahead, Ron. We'd love to hear from you and how magical Disney is.
I have no idea how cool it is seeing him actually do these voice impressions.
All Disney private VIP tours require valid theme park admission for each theme park on the tour. Theme park admission is not included with the price of the tour. Pricing and reservations, pricing ranging from $450 to $950 per hour, with a minimum of 7 hours and a maximum of 10 hours. So thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for your VIP tour day. Now, I do understand. I think you can have a group of 10. They can split the cost. I actually have friends that have gone on the VIP tour because they are travel agents and they wanted to find out what that was like, because the TA business, the travel advisor business, has become a huge thing because travel advisors get paid by Disney, not the guests that they book for. And $950 per hour. It's Walt Disney World is becoming it's kind of weird. There is a huge gap between locals that can pay for a Pixie Pass, which is all I pay for, $25 a month. Well, I think it's $35 if you did the $99 down, because that's what they're doing right now. The $99.
So let's walk through that, Ron. Let's say that you have one of those and you want to maximize it. Let's say you're going twice a month to Disney World. The local Floridians who did that are there for $12 a day. Yep. Versus
and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars now.
And the Floridians, the reason they're there, the reason that price is there for Floridians is because Disney has priced for everybody else the parks so astronomically high that it's made for the global elites. And the global elites come in and they write everything and they pad out the parks to make it look full with Floridians who are paying $12 a day. And this year, the reason that they've got the 50% off discount for the summer, essentially the 4-day with the water park where you're in for $62 a day, the reason they have that is because with the Iran situation, so many international guests said, no, we're not going to go to Disney this time. We don't know what's going to happen with the world. You know, the European news is what it is. So they all thought World War III was going to happen. It never was. But they didn't book their Disney vacays. So now Disney's stuck like, oh my gosh, we got to get normal people from America to come. How about a 4-day pass?
Yeah. And by the way, no, Chef Eddie, I was never a VIP tour guide. However,
you'd be a great one.
I would have been fantastic. And I do know that, like, I met with the person that was in charge of that, and it would have been possibly the next role I would have taken if I would have moved from something else. But no,
the only thing that I find offensive, Ron, is when they walk by in line, you know, they get to walk. And so like if you're waiting for Pandora, which, you know, and the whole guide, that whole group just walks by you like you're nothing. It does feel badly that they always shout, and there it is, folks, the backside of poverty. I feel like that's not a fun Jungle Cruise joke.
I mean, they do, like, it's interesting when you are in the parks and you see the VIP tours walk by you,
and there's a bunch of them,
and yeah, they have it's just a totally different way to do the park. And yeah, sure.
Why are the VIP cast members, Ron? Because listen, I'm going to say that this year I am more impressed than I have been in years with the cast members. I think the effort to retrain cast members has been excellent. They are improving. But Ron, the VIP tour cast members, and I know some are watching, and I know some that this is going to be offensive, but I'm sorry. Why do they have to act like such arrogant snobs? They're leading around rich people. They're not rich people. Why is it like if you say hi to one of them, you know, how's your day? They won't speak to you. Are they forbidden? Like, are they like, what is going on that the VIP tour peeps have to be, you know,
maybe
derrieres?
Told, I mean, I don't know what their training is. They might be told to like pretty much just ignore everybody else except for their guests, and maybe that's what it is. I do know, like, this was weird to me. Is actually, I saw the VIP tour guide holding the child, like in their arms, carrying the child of one of the guests, and I'm like, so what kind of permission do they have to have?
Holding my child.
But like, yeah, they actually were. It was like a 3 or 4 year old toddler, and the VIP tour guide was carrying this person. And I don't like, are you related? Like, how does that even work?
Unless I'm a child care person, I'm not carrying a child, because if something happens, you know, if somebody trips me or something, boy, I don't want that on me. I was
thinking of liability. Yeah. It's like, that's kind of scary, but it's. The weirdest part for me, like, here's the biggest thing for me. I just wish that Disney as a company would please drop the quote unquote inclusion key, because they're not inclusive. Disney is all about exclusive opportunities that have to do with money. And when you are all about exclusive opportunities, like the after hours events, the VIP tours, the special private, fireworks boat cruises, the everything, like, I mean, what is it, like $400 per person just for the basic plate?
Hang on. I'm going to tell you where I differ a little. I don't have any problem in the world with Disney doing special extra stuff for people who can pay special extra money. That's just fine by me. That's capitalism. That's
No,
okay.
I don't have a problem with that either. It's calling it inclusion that bothers me because it's not.
Well, where I take issue, and I really do. I mean, it makes me frustrated with the company, is when that exclusivity damages the experience of other guests, and that's why I don't like the VIP tours. Because yes, if you want to come ride the rides, that's fine. But if you get to skip every single line, you're slowing down the line. It's not like you just magically get to skip the line and nothing, and it's just like, well, we got you an extra train to ride Big Thunder. No, you slow down the line. And if there are enough VIP tours with enough super rich doing that, then it slows it down for the little kid whose parents barely got in there. But that little kid, that little 5-year-old, that little 7-year-old deserves the best treatment that you can give them while they're in the park. And that's what it's about. And that's why I don't like it. If these VIPs want to come in, after the park's closed, fine, have at it. But I don't like the idea of attractions slowing down and little kids, because that's what it's about. It's about little kids. And I don't think Walt would like it if little kids were being, disserviced because we've got to service the ultra rich instead.
Yeah. Well, I
What was the VIP tour like in Walt's era?
I don't know that there was a VIP tour except if you were.
I don't think they even had one.
There's a star system that's in place for people who need additional security. Celebrities, politicians, etc. I'm not going to talk about the star system too much, but but in terms of like just the average, wealthy person getting a VIP tour, I don't know. Culture, do you know the answer to that? I know that there were third-party tours for a while, and I know that you can get tours of the parks, and maybe they were doing that. But this is really not even a VIP tour. This is hey, we're going to give you a handler, and they're going to just cut every line and bring you with them.
Yeah, that still happens. There are people that have security situations. They are big enough that they.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it because I don't like to put those details out. But Culture, could you talk about though? I didn't know the answer to Erika's question. Did they have any kind of special tours going on back in the 50s, 60s, 70s at Disneyland?
Well, during Walt's lifetime, he would personally conduct tours of the park with VIPs. And people
that would be nice. I would say a tour from Walt.
He's like the Disneyland historian.
Yeah,
maybe we can
out there.
Maybe we can get a walking robot. Maybe we can get an Optimus dressed as Walt, and they can do that now. Culture in about 5 years.
In the Walt documentaries, especially the one where they're touring the warehouse where he's showcasing some of the. What would have been Haunted Mansion, and the girl next to him was wearing what we see today as the VIP uniform. Right. So when I see that old footage and I correlate it to today's costume, I just assumed, did they have VIP tours back in?
They had a different name for that costumed employee. It was an ambassador, and now they use a more casual term called a plaid. And there are multiple levels of plaids, at least 2 that I'm aware of. One of them usually is at like a service location where they're building out ride times or kind of providing some kind of concierge level type services within the parks. And then you have the plaids that actually do the VIP tours and things like that. Now, I'm not sure if they're interchangeable. There was a period of time they were not. But Walt was the reason that the foundation for the ambassador program was put into place.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Cool.
In fact, he actually, if you ever watch one of the old World of Disney TV specials, there's actually one that's dedicated to the ambassadors in Disneyland.
I may have seen it. It's just all convoluted in my head because I watched a lot of that stuff all the time.
MJ, especially in light of how DAS has been treated, it bothers me that people are paying enormous amounts of money in a way that causes the experience to be less than for others at the parks. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, you guys, I'm here because I shared a DAS story, and it's heartbreaking. As a matter of fact, I
tell folks what DAS is real quick, MJ. We skipped that acronym without explaining. Lots of people don't know. It's
so true, Pro. Thank you. It's the Disability Access System, and it used to be I forget the old name for it now. Anyway, you used to be able to go to the city hall, like in Magic Kingdom. I use that as an example. It's kind of like your guest services, but you would go in there and talk to someone in customer relations and explain your situation, and they would allow you give them the number of people in your party, and they would allow you to not have to wait in line like everyone else. If you need shade from the sun, let's say you can't be in the sun for too long, or depending on what kind of medical condition you have, if you can't be in a tight space, because some of these queue lines are really like very snug. You're back to back, and some people, anyway, depending on it, whether it's cognitive or mobility, they would accommodate you, and that's just pretty much gone and out the door. Someone like myself, I've had the worst experience with DAS, and they did not accommodate me. I applied 3 times, and every time I've been shut down. And there's a lot of other people out there that need it way more than I do, and they've been denied as well. It's horrible, but it comes back to the abuse. People abuse the system, and they ruin it for everybody. And then things were monetized, like Ron has made. He's been very clear about, the process with Lightning Lane and, all these other things that they've monetized in the parks. And it shouldn't be that way. Guest experience should be a priority. You're paying a lot of money to be there, and your admission should, your ticket to the park should allow you to be able to enjoy it to the utmost fullest of your capacity, what you're capable of doing. And for that to be taken away from people, because let's face it, the real people that need DAS are not going to do everything that everyone else is going to do. So we're just a small group, if you think about it, right? Most of us can't do big coasters, or we can't be in tight spaces that we get claustrophobic, or, but it's a shame. And the guest experience has definitely been, it's just been awful ever since this new policy has been changed for the worst. And I really hope, and you guys have all said it, if Walt was around, he would never allow something like this, because he wants everyone to enjoy his parks to the fullest of their capability and have a grand old day. You're supposed to leave at the end of the day with a big smile on your face. And if you're not able to enjoy the rides or the attractions or whatever it is that you want to do, or whatever it is that you have in mind to do, then, what's the point of even going? You might as well just not even go. And I'll be honest with you guys. I'm a very, very transparent person. I don't do the parks all the time because I'm not accommodated most of the time. Some parks are great. Epcot's pretty good at accommodating me and my needs, and other parks are not. And that's probably why I stick to the resorts and the activities at the resorts, or other things around property like Disney Springs, because I want to be able to go to Walt Disney World. I've been going since I was 2 years old, and I enjoy being in that atmosphere, but I avoid parks most of the time because of this unfortunate situation with DAS and what it's done to me and others. And like I said, there's other people that need it way more than I do, and they've been denied left and right. Shame on you, Disney. You can do totally better than this, and not everything has to be, nickel and dimed, and give the people a break. Please, especially children out there that are born with disabilities. They didn't ask to be, to have these things. And it just breaks my heart. It really does.
And a lot of times, the appropriate thing with DAS is, there are families that are bringing kids that are medically fragile. And you can say, well, why would you take a medically fragile child to Disney? Well, what if you only get one chance? And what if that chance is running out? DAS needs to be there for them. So this is really what we want to aim for, folks, is if you're ultra rich, I'm very happy for you. You probably, unless you're a trust fund baby, you probably really did some great things that earned that money. And that's phenomenal. We're happy that you did that. I just want to make sure that, as opposed to the VIP tours, Disney and other companies are doing things that don't harm the experience of others, especially at the same time that we're watching these services that are for, kids and families that have mobility issues and health issues. If they're being mistreated, then it's doubly bad. And that's what we're shining a light on, I hope, today. And this is something I think that everybody at Disney likely wants to fix. Let's get it fixed, and let's see if we can make these VIP tours be something that, doesn't cause the entire rest of the line look and roll their eyes and say, there they go again. Those crazy ultra rich getting to skip everything. Because that's no fun. That's no fun for anyone except for the fat cats at Disney who are counting the money as it flows in. But over time, I think that's going to be seen as a bad way. Skipping every line, not the way to go.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.